in the back seat. I don't have seats back here, so it's not really the back seat. What did I do? I took, it's a 330 split of Tylenol 3, part of an edible, so maybe like 4 milligrams, 25 milligrams of hydroxyzine, 1 serving of kava, 2 herbal cigarettes, a beer, 5 moonshine cherries, I think that's it. And I still can't stop thinking. That's all on top of my actual prescribed medication. The clouds are moving so fast. It's raining again. It's supposed to rain all day. My plans that I had for the weekend got canceled. Then I made other plans, and then that got canceled too. And there's stuff that I can be doing at home, but I keep getting distracted with the thoughts, and I don't want to do this. I don't want to be here. I'm really tired. I don't want to go to sleep. I don't want to go to sleep. I just want to stop. I looked it up, and my psychiatrist probably mentioned, and I just couldn't remember. The Wellbutrin can cause irritability and agitation while you're adjusting to it, and today is only the 3rd day, so it can take 2 weeks to adjust. And I don't want to message her and already tell her, like, I can't do this, because I feel like I should be able to manage what's going on. I can recognize that I'm having a lot of kind of flawed thought processes, because even as I'm saying that out loud, I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Like, you're obviously not handling this well, and maybe it's like not that you need to stop taking the medication, but maybe just like have something temporarily to like mitigate some of the like side effects. And I've still just been really angry. That was one of the things that I talked about in my last appointment. And like, if you've ever been to a psychiatrist or therapist, you probably know that they, why the fuck are you texting me? God damn it. But you probably know that they ask, like, are you having thoughts of like hurting yourself or other people? And I for many years, for a long time, I've had passive suicidal ideation. So that's like if it were active ideation, it would be like, I'm gonna walk to this street corner at this time on this day and step in front of a bus. Passive ideation is like, you know, if you happen to step out into the street and you didn't realize a bus was coming, you would not save yourself. You wouldn't attempt to get out of the way. Or you just have thoughts of like not wanting to be here. like thinking I want to go to sleep and never wake up. That's like a passive suicidal ideation. So I've had that for years. And then I guess I've also had like errant thoughts of wanting to hurt other people, or just wanting other people to come to harm in general, even if I'm not necessarily the cause of it. And for some reason that never struck me as something that I actually needed to mention when I've been asked about wanting to harm other people. I'm not sure why, if it just seemed like it wasn't, if I thought like, oh, well, I don't plan to actually do it, so there's no point in like mentioning it, or it's not so encompassing that I can't push those thoughts away. But recently it's become a problem. I want to hurt people. It's not a general thought of destruction. I think a lot of people have like, they have angry thoughts and they just need to get that anger out, and that can come out as like yelling at people or breaking things and that sort of thing. I want to hurt people specifically, and that makes it very nerve-wracking trying to go out and just do normal stuff. Yesterday I went out to the store just to run a few errands, and I was so worried sitting in my car in the parking lot. I'm like, am I gonna get out of this car and like leave the store in handcuffs because I assaulted someone? I didn't, of course. I'm sitting here talking. I didn't do that. But it's so taxing, and I don't want to feel like that. Like, it does not feel good to have these thoughts. Just having a lot of like, sort of visceral thoughts and feelings that I'm not sure how to articulate. I don't know how to edit a video, so you're texting me again. I don't want to look at that. I probably should, but I don't want to. I think it's my mom. I don't want to answer that right now. I stopped seeing my therapist about a month ago because I felt like I just said everything that I could say, and everything was just going in circles. I hate cognitive behavioral therapy. I hate cognitive behavioral therapy, and I feel like that's like the default therapy. It feels, or maybe just with this person, I don't know, a lot of times it feels like it's getting into the territory of, well, how does that make you feel? Have you tried thinking about it a different way? And it's like, when you're having like feelings that are not aligning with your thoughts, or it's like my mind is racing but my body feels calm, or like my body feels like I'm gonna jump out of my skin but my mind is calm. It's like, feelings don't care about logic. And so I'm like, trying to shift a whole thought process, the way you've been thinking and feeling about things for, probably most of my life at this point, is like, it feels like you're not really getting like the extent like of all of this. And so I was just like, the last appointment I spent, you know, like half of it, I spent like 25 minutes just sitting there not saying anything, because I was just like, I don't know what to say to you anymore. This isn't going anywhere. I tried 2 different treatments that are approved for treatment-resistant depression. TMS, what is that? Transcranial magnetic stimulation, where they put, it's not shocks, that's a whole different thing, but like a magnet device thing that they like set against your head, and it like is supposed to like kind of stimulate the part of your brain responsible for like depressive thoughts and feelings. And I've heard other people, like, you know, say that it's worked great and they've had just like amazing results with it. I did it, and if anything, I felt worse than I had before. Like any feelings I had besides the depression and anxiety were, it's like those were gone. And so the other treatment, you might have heard my stomach growl, I don't know. Esketamine, it's derived from ketamine. Like, it's, you know, they've got it FDA approved and all that jazz. And again, it did not work. I did not feel any difference. And the doctor who was overseeing the treatment was just so awful. He was so arrogant and irritating. And so I don't remember at what point I finished all that, or why I even mentioned that. I think I'm just saying everything as it comes to mind. The therapist I had before this past one that I left, the only reason I stopped seeing her was because she left the practice. She's not practicing anymore. Which was, I was really like bummed out by. If I didn't answer your text, it's because I didn't want to answer your text. I'm doing something. But she stopped practicing, and I was really bummed out because she was a really good, she was like the best therapist I'd ever had. And she was someone who suggested like making videos, and I was like, why? Like, I don't want to do that. That feels awkward. Who's even gonna watch this? And like, I don't know, I guess you know, what else am I gonna do at this point? Like, I may as well. And I'm still not like betting on anybody seeing this. Maybe in 15 years it'll be recommended to everybody and their mom. But I think for now it's probably just for me, because I don't really have anybody to say all of this to. You know, even if I had a new therapist, like, that's a clinical setting, and it's not a place to just, like, you know, I don't know, like, you can vent, but then there's going to be like clinical feedback, and I kind of need like time to sift through things myself. I'm obviously not doing that in a exceptionally healthy way. I know I keep saying that I'm just like really like irritated lately, and I haven't really explained why. And I think those are words that I can almost say out loud. Like, saying it out loud kind of solidifies it into existence. And I'm not like totally ready for that right now. But I don't know, I think recording this has helped me just like a tiny bit. I mean, I'm still just sitting in my car in the driveway, but at least I'm like not sitting in the house. Jeepers creepers. I guess I should see what my mother was texting me about.